his last. The other source of inspiration for Gandhi was Tolstoy for his ashram, for building communities and community based institutions. And the third was Rajchandra. And Rajchandra again comes very close to the monk's character at many levels, and because of fasting and because of penance and because of asceticism and involved along with the inquiry. Gandhi also had asceticism and penance with the inquiry, but his was more applied more immediately. And then there were a lot of other people. Satish Kumar's life informs the monk story to some extent, because Satish Kumar, and especially Satish Kumar's walking, that was, I mean, I wanted to introduce the idea of walking around the world for the monk's character, which I eventually removed from the monk's character and gave it to another monk who's spoken about in passing. There's a passing moment where this character is kind of just alluded to, where he says that तुम्हारे आपके गुरुजी की विश्व पद यात्रा कैसी जा रही है, which is what Satish Kumar did. He walked the world. Satish Kumar went around the world walking. He started walking roughly from Bombay to Karachi to Kabul to Moscow to from Kiev to through East Europe into Europe, etc. So he went around the world on foot, and that also kind of informed the monk's narrative. And then of course the monk's worldview was informed by everyone from Kund Acharya to Peter Singer. So Daniel Dennett informs the monk's narrative as much as Peter Singer does, and Peter Singer as much as Kund Acharya does. So it was really an amalgamate character made up of
lots
of references, lots of really inspiring minds that I had the privilege to kind of have learned from.
The actors, Aida, Neeraj, Soham, Vinay. What struck me about Ship of Theseus was, either non-actors or actors we hadn't heard of, how the power of the narrative perhaps emerged from them in a manner which perhaps if you would have used, well-known faces, it may not have had that kind of an impact. And I was reminded a lot about how perhaps a lot of Iranian filmmakers have also looked at it. I mean, do you really sincerely believe in the power of the? I mean, I think it's a bad word to use, but power of the non-actors,
No, I don't think that any of them were non-actors. Firstly, I'd like to clear this one thing, that none of these guys were non-actors. They were all actors. They were all powerful actors. They were not known actors, perhaps, not known to the mainstream, or not known to the Indian mainstream in that sense as actors. What I look for in actors is their journeys, is their personal journeys, and that's really the most important thing for me to find in an actor. Unfortunately, the way our structure has evolved in the last few decades, actors do not seem to think that their personal journeys are necessary. Actors spend a lot of time in this country. They are afflicted with the idea of synthesizing the looks, synthesizing the way they look in a certain way, and plasticizing and synthesizing their behavior and their responses in a way, and that has seemed to have worked for a lot of them, and hence hence cannot be completely shot down. But it's something that I'm completely against as an idea. I do not think that actors are people who have spent 2 decades of their life shaping their bodies, or actors are people who have spent 2-3 decades of their life plasticizing or synthesizing the way they look in a certain way that is accepted as beautiful. So I find that idea extremely problematic. Most of you would agree with me over there. I really wanted to go for beautiful people. I wanted to find people who are extremely profoundly beautiful as people who have had amazing journeys, who have had amazing insights, who have had long, and that's the reason I found, I was really fortunate again to find these people. But Aida, as I said, she's not only an actor, she's also an actor, among other things. She acts in television, she's also a filmmaker, she's an artist, and she's also a revolutionary now. She's also She's also a political activist. She's at the forefront of political activism in our country, etc. Neeraj is an actor. Yes, he's a wonderful actor. And you'd see more and more of him now. Now he's done a lot of films. His new film is now coming out. The one with Dibakar. What's it? Yongesh, yeah. Soham you'd see a lot of. Soham has just finished another film called Nyota with Vishal Bardwaj and Meghna Punzal. So a lot of these people are actors, but they have had amazing journeys of their own, and what they can lend to my character is their journeys, is the experiences and the insights and the very unique qualities of those journeys, because it's a journey that is a unique permutation, it's a unique combination that makes them unique as human beings. Small things that keep changing in our lives, really small experiences that we keep having in our lives can keep shaping us as people, and that is the best we can offer to the world as people. Those unique permutations of events, those unique combinations of events that have led into us becoming who we are, and that is what we can offer to the world in return. And the moment you plasticize it, the moment you monosynthesize it, you're taking that away from the world. You're not making an offering to the world anymore, and that is of course completely against the idea of cinema for me.
Another interesting thing about Ship of Theseus, which as a viewer myself I was struck with, and I mean it's a kind of cinema where the visual language is of great importance, and I also strongly believe that if films were only about stories, then we may as well read a book, because for me a film comes alive with what it does with images, what it does with sound.
Absolutely.
So what I found interesting was the sheer fluidity with which the images talk to me. How did you go about doing this with the cinematographer? How did you kind of conceive it visually the way you conceived it? If you could tell us a bit about that.
Again, it's just that I'm really fortunate to have these people in my life. I have people in my life who have stayed on in spite of myself for all these years with me. And Pankaj Kumar is one such friend. Pankaj and I started working together in 2006 when we were making Continuum together. Khushbu Radha was my co-director on Continuum. So most of my collaborators have come and then they've stuck on for years, and that's been the case even after Ship of Theseus. People who came on board for Ship of Theseus are now playing really important roles in the other things that we're producing. Adesh Prasad, who was my assistant on Ship of Theseus, became the editor for the film and is now the co-writer and editor on Tumbad. The production designer on Ship of Theseus is the same production designer on Tumbad now. So thankfully we have had the opportunity to co-evolve, to grow together, and that allows us insights into each other's worldviews, into each other's way of looking at the self and the environment. That allows us a freedom that can take us into spaces that have never been explored before. And Pankaj works Pankaj is really different from me in a lot of ways. He would be very uncomfortable, for example, to even be on a panel talking about the way he walks or something, or he would not be so comfortable articulating his own craft in words for that matter. So he's very different his approach is very different than mine in terms of the way he looks at life in cinema and art itself. My worldview because my worldview is such, and my engagement with the world is a khichdi of some kind. I'm constantly looking at taking from the best I find and just like putting it all together. And also because if I were to stereotype, I'm also Gujarati and I come from that Undhiyu mentality that just like putting everything sab kuch dalo bhaiya or bhel mentality. And Pankaj, on the other hand, comes from a very classical way of examining and engaging with images and ideas. And I think when the two of us work together, we merge the things that we would clash at, and that's really the range of images that get created from there.
But you're sorry to interrupt you, but
Sorry,
when you talk about this is the collaborative aspect, but when you're writing a film, it's a solitary act. Maybe you have a co-writer with you, but when you put down the words, are you seeing the film in images right there?
Mostly, I'm seeing I'm definitely seeing some images while I'm writing, and also, as I said, the reason I mentioned that Pankaj and I have had a long journey is that when I'm writing, it's a very solitary and lonely experience most of the time, but at times of the most important ideas when the basic fundamental of the film is being put together, when the basic idea that is going to govern the entire film is being put together. That I'm already sharing with some of these people that I mentioned. The moment I have an idea that I want to work on, Pankaj, Khushbu, some other friends like Adesh, these people who have been working with me for some time now, are the first people to hear these ideas. And I start reflecting with them at a very, very early stage, and I start absorbing their reactions and their responses to what I've shared with them at a very early stage. And these reactions, these responses, the way they're engaging with the material that I'm offering them, forms the part of the screenplay itself, forms the part of the making of the screenplay itself.
So the team
is an integral part of the making of the screenplay itself, because while I take that and then I write on my own. Writing is for me a very solitary act. I write in a very enclosed environment most of the time. I shut myself down from everything else for a few months, and then that's when I'm able to start writing. So writing is a solitary act, but to arrive at that material in the first place, I've already had a lot of reflections, a lot of thinking, and a lot of idea exchanges have happened between my core team.
When do we see Tumbad now? And how different trajectory have you taken on this film, say, from Ship of Theseus?
So Tumbad, as you might be aware, I'm again a producer on Tumbad, and but more involved than a standard producer would be. At Recyclewala, the idea of producer completely changes. Because it's such a collaborative way of working, and because it's a non-hierarchical way of working most of the time. So I've also co-written Tumbad, I'm producing Tumbad, I'm involved in various aspects of the making of the film, etc.
But it would be the second after, in terms of a fiction film, second after.
There will be the second film after Ship of Theseus, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Rahi Barve, the director of the film, he comes from, again, a very, very different way of looking at the world. His worldview and his world is extremely dark, removed from hope, removed from optimism, which is quite the opposite of my worldview. I think of myself as a romantic nihilist. While I do not think that there is any meaning that I can attribute to the world, I'm always in the hope that we can collectively invent meaning and invent purpose, while none pre-exists. Rahi, on the other hand, does not lend himself to any such hope or false optimism. So his world is extremely dark, removed from empathy, removed from hope, removed from optimism of any kind, removed from even a pure joy of any kind. Pleasure is only sinful in his world, and so that's the world he brings on board, and then because that's the world he's offered us, I respond to that world, and I bring to that world what I can bring to it. So my involvement with Tumbad kind of focuses on craftsmanship of the film, on working on the costumes or sets or design, or making that really reach that the pinnacle of that mood in whatever way it can. And the makeup prosthetics has been a huge challenge with Tumbad. Has been an inspiring challenge, because we got to learn a lot, because prosthetics, we did not find good prosthetic craftsmen in the country at first, and then the people who came on board learned along with the film. So the last 3 years, they've also been evolving, they've also been growing as prosthetic artists along with us. So it's been a profoundly amazing learning process for me, in terms of craft, in terms of what can be done with structures, with design, etc. So the worldview of the film is very, very different from the worldview that was present in Ship of Theseus. But in terms of craftsmanship, it's really the maturation project for everyone. Pankaj Kumar, who shot Ship of Thesis, has also shot Tumbar. The production designers Rakesh Yadav, Nitin Chaudhary and Pooja Shetty are also the same, production designers on the film. The editors Adesh Prasad and Sayukta Kaza are also editing Tumbar. The sound designer Gabo Reddy is also the sound designer. So it's the same team, we've just lifted the same team in. But for each one of us, it's a completely different learning process.
Going back to